These are the eyes of a psychopath.
Last SpookTober intro. No!
Yeah. The last SpookTober intro.
This month doesn't last long enough. Damn it!
Yeah, it don't feel like it was long enough for me.
No,
it was long enough. But we enjoyed the intro while we could. Hello, Sci-Fi family and Sci-Fi nerds. I am Donald.
I'm Remy.
I'm DJ.
We messed up.
Serge, how long have we been doing this and we still don't have it?
You don't know what order it is. The order I'm seeing is that it's Donald, then Serge, then DJ.
No, I always go last.
Oh, it doesn't have to be that way. We can change up the order.
And we are the Sci-Fi Nerdz. So final episode tonight for SpookTober. Those who've been following us throughout the month, we've had some awesome movie reviews. Last week we had the honor of having Nick on from the Monster Report. We did Gamera 2 Attack of Legion. That was super cool, super awesome. I had fun discussing that film, and tonight we're going to do an open discussion on 28 Days Later. I had fun with this one. The beginning of this film reminded me of like Dawn of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, like video game type atmosphere. So I thought it was really cool. And so, Serge, I'll start with you for this open discussion. Talk to us a little bit about the first 10 minutes of this film and what caught your attention and how did you feel about it?
Well, I mean, as far as like the first 10 minutes really kind of like set the tone. You know, it goes from pretty wild in the first 5 minutes to bam. You know, like,
yeah,
where is everybody? And I like that because I think a lot of times it just starts off like, well, where is everybody? And there's not so much as a backstory. We just don't know what happened. With this, you know, we got like a bit of a clue as to what was going on. And I love the two extremes. Like, first it's crazy, you know, and then where is everybody? And it's just quiet and kind of unsettling. And it really sets the tone for the rest of the movie because we go through these moments of things are crazy and then they're quiet. And it kind of like goes back and forth. And I like that about this movie, especially because I think they did a really, really good job on when it's extreme, it's intense. And when it's quiet and unsettling. And you're just waiting for like, okay, what's going to happen next? So I really like that about the first 10 minutes, which basically carries on throughout the rest of the movie.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, Serge. You can always tell when it was about to get intense because they played the music at the right time.
Oh, the music, yeah, dude, yeah. That's like the best things about this movie. They played all like
that final like. What is it? That final theme when they're like in the house and everything's like.
Oh man,
yeah.
In the house,
yeah, in the house. Yeah, that is fantastic because like that music, I feel like I've heard it somewhere before. I think they used it actually in the opening for 28 Weeks Later, the sequels of this.
It goes throughout the beginning and the end of 28 Weeks Later. And since I'm the one who suggested this movie, I'll say this that. I mean, my buddies here know, but me, I'm not like a huge horror movie fan.
Right.
But I really like the 28 Days Later and the 28 Weeks Later. And one of the reasons why was because of the music and specifically that theme. I just love that theme. So it's funny because I hadn't seen these movies in so long that when I was thinking 28 Days Later, I was actually thinking 28 Weeks Later.
Yeah.
So when I started watching it, I was like, my memory of both was kind of like, wait a minute, which one is this one? And then I started watching it and I thought, oh shoot, it's the other one. And so when it got to the part where that theme comes up towards the end of the movie, man, I got like so excited because I love that theme.
Yeah, the music was everything. Because like I said, it let me know when it was about to go down, when it's not about to go down. And so, like I said, the first 10 minutes for me, obviously I was on the edge of my seat because I like movies that start fast, that's to the point, but make sense. I don't like a movie that starts fast and then you kind of don't get, like this movie didn't need a backstory, but you have some movies that start fast, you don't get a backstory. So I felt like the beginning of this movie set the tone for the rest of the movie. So it had me looking forward to the rest of the movie, which was great for me because, like I say, I love the horror genre. I love zombies. I don't know why I do, but I just love zombie movies, like zombie games, anything with zombies I just love. And so the first 10 minutes of this movie I would describe as really, really intense. And the music don't make it no better because while the music's playing, like it's awesome, but at the same time, I'm making sure ain't no jump scare, nothing too crazy, anything like that. And then I'm here by myself, so I don't want to be tripping. But nah, it was, but it was awesome. It was awesome. What about you, Remy? How you feel about the first 10 minutes of this film?
Yeah, no, I really like the first opening, like the opening to this movie. It was funny, Serge, because like I also was like confusing days and weeks later.
Yeah.
So like after the chimpanzee scene, I was like, okay.
Like, oh, it's not starting in the house. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no, I was like, so we're gonna start out in the house, and then like it didn't never cut to the house. I'm like, oh wait, is that 28 weeks later? Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I was like, we'll do it next time. We'll do it next.
Yeah, because I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, okay, so that's not weeks later. This is different. Okay, sure. But like, yeah, no, the opening to this is like, I like the fact that like it kind of gives us like a backstory to like what causes the infection in the first place. It's just like they had like these chimpanzees that were just filled with like unbridled rage, and like when they infected us, they gave us that rage too, and like everything from like the atmosphere to like the lighting to like again like the shots and how frenetic it is, especially like when the chimpanzee attacks that one girl. Like the editing is just like quick. It's just like it's getting you into it. You're like, oh my god, what's happening? And that shot of the girl's eyes, and they're like piercing red, and they like look up right at the camera. I was just like, no, I'm good. I'm like, no, get away from me, please. Because like, I don't know, like I'm not the biggest fan of zombies, but like these zombies in this movie are like probably the most terrifying I've seen. Actually, I'll take it back. They're like the second most terrifying. The first, to me, will always be the zombies in Train to Busan. Those ones scared the living shit out of me when I watched that movie. But like with this one, I think it's because of their eyes is what gets me the most, because I've never seen zombies kind of have those eyes before. Because like when zombie movies, they kind of have like those like dead looking pupils. They don't like really pop out a lot. So in this one, they're like, no. The first thing you're going to notice when people change are their eyes. That's going to be the first thing you notice. And I like how they established that in this opening. And yeah, that like absolute change where it's just like this frenetic attack by the chimpanzee. And then boom, silence. 28 days later, title card. Everybody's gone. You got Cillian Murphy in the bed. Wakes up and he's just like, where'd everybody go? And it's just like, yeah, no, it's a very like good opening.
Well, how long did this movie come out ago?
I think
2004? 2002, 2004?
I think I was in I think I was in college.
I think it was 2002. I think it was 2002.
I am looking it up.
Yeah. Well, and to that, Remy, and
2002.
For my older brothers here in the house, I think one thing that was kind of like made this movie like stand out a bit was like the fact that they weren't just like slow moving like brains, like kind of zombies, you know, kind of like just plotted around. Like this was a movie where like they're freaking crazy, like they're nuts, and that was kind of, if I remember correctly, that was a bit different at the time when it came out, and that's what I really liked about it.
No, it was because I think you're right because I think it was the first movie where they did do running zombies instead of the usual walking ones, and now every other zombie movie is trying to copy that, where the zombies are fast moving, like frenetic creatures that are going after you.
And before I elaborate, because I made some really good points. DJ, talk to us about your thoughts on the first 10 minutes of this film.
So when I first started the movie, it had been so long since I last saw it. I thought I was watching the wrong one.
We all did.
So I got it right then. I got it right. Okay, cool.
I remembered Cillian Murphy waking up into bed, but I didn't remember the whole opening sequence.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm sitting here thinking, wait, am I watching like
I got the wrong link.
Yeah. I thought maybe I was watching Contagion or something like that instead. Because it had the monkeys and everything.
Mm-hmm. That's where they got it from.
But I mean, it, like everybody else said, it was a pretty interesting opening. You have these environmentalist types going in and messing with stuff without knowing what they're doing. And you get this innocent scientist guy that's like, hey, like, you really don't want to do this. Like, I get what you're here for. I don't blame you, but please just don't do this. Like, don't cross this barrier. You're going to screw us all over. And they totally ignore him. And then,
It's over.
So, and then, like everybody else said, you cut to Cillian Murphy waking up in a bed, and it's like, it's amazing. Like, I kept thinking, like, they had to shut down an entire city to film this.
Oh yeah.
Really?
And, I mean, because it's like in some movies they could find like an abandoned area,
right,
and make it look like it's the main city or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they actually shut down a city. I mean, there's nobody.
Dang,
that's crazy.
And and they zoom out, and it's just like,
yes,
what the heck?
Do a tray.
So yeah, it was pretty good opening. I'm just glad it was 28 days later and not the 28 days that I kept finding when I was trying to find this on streaming platforms.
Yeah, it was a couple things that Remy and Serge talked about that I like. Remy, I think it was you that was talking about the shots of the zombie where you can see their eyes, like you see them just enough where they're terrifying, but when they're attacking, you kind of see the screen shaking, which I think works for this film really, really well. And I like that element to this film. And then, like you said, Serge, these zombies were aggressive. Like, they didn't walk like your normal zombies. They like ran, like they were aggressive, and they were smart enough to know, like, look, hey, I'm hungry. I ain't ate. I'm infected. I want to eat you. I'm going after you. And so that's what I liked about this film. I also enjoyed the setting of this film too, because like I said, I'm big on scenery, the setting. And this movie was really intense, especially when he was running away from the building. I was like, man, and I thought the people who was helping him was chasing, like trying to capture him at first. Like, like, you finna die already?
That scene was tense, man. Like, any chasing scene in that movie is intense.
Or like, was that a church he walked into, a building?
Yeah, and he just sees all those dead bodies, and he just goes, hello, and then you just see those two zombies just go.
And so I wanted to talk about this part of the film too, the characters, where we had Jim, Frank, Hannah, and I think Selena.
Yeah.
Out of these characters, which ones were your favorite characters, and in what ways were you able to resonate with Jim in this film? So I'll start with you, Serge.
I mean, Jim was confused as hell, for like a good, how long? Like poor guy. Actually, I love that whole like when he wakes up and he's just, what the hell is going on?
Right.
You know, you just wake up in a hospital bed. You just start wandering around a abandoned city, and next thing you know, you're in a church and a priest is coming to eat you. You know, it's just nuts. You know, so I felt like he really, as far as his character goes, like he really kept his cool for everything that was going on. You know, I mean, there's a few times that he was kind of like spazzing out, but not even that bad. But yeah, he really kept his cool throughout the movie, on to the end, where the end gets even more. Now my daughter's trying to scare me. Hey, say hi.
Hey.
We're talking about a movie you are not going to see anytime soon.
All right. A few bloodshed here and there. Okay.
Mommy said if I behave, I can watch more.
I'll go talk to mom. That's mom.
She's trying to trick you.
Yeah, I know your tricks.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. Oh wow. Wow.
Use your father, girl.
Yeah, exactly. That is my child. She laughed. Where were we? Oh man, yeah, Jim. Dude, Jim went hard in this movie, at least towards the end.
Especially at the end, I was like, okay.
Yeah, man, that was, and then that goes even deeper. We won't go there yet. But
no, you
yeah,
the floor is yours. You can go. Yeah, just.
Okay, cool. Well,
yeah,
that's fine. Yeah. One of the things. Remember, I was confusing this for like 28 weeks later. One of the things that it was just kind of, and that was kind of nice because it's almost like I didn't remember what to expect. One of the crazy things is, you know, like here we are talking about like man basically making monsters, and that general dude or whatever for like those guys in the middle movie, and he says, well, you know what, before 4 weeks ago when these creatures happened or these monsters happened, you know, men were still killing men, and they were doing that even 4 weeks before those 4 weeks, and then it comes around full circle, you know, like just Jim trying to protect the girls. And he kind of turned into a monster himself during that time. And that was like, wow. Like, it came around, literally did come around full circle. So in that case, it's not a right or a wrong, but it was more of like we so easily go back to our fighting aggressive selves when we need to, you know? Yeah, and that was like a very, very cool thing. And it was almost kind of like, that was kind of like Jim's arc, his character arc, you know, but it was a weird character arc, you know, from being fearful and confused to being aggressive, assertive, and then downright dangerous and a monster at the end, to the point where he was mistaken for a zombie.
Yeah. I was like, man, when she grabbed that, at first I'm thinking Selena about to just slice his head off while he ain't looking. Like, man, this is gonna be a bad way to go out. Like, he didn't get a chance to even let her know, hey, I'm not a zombie, I'm innocent. I'm like, man. So that was intense. And I think with Jim, I think he was the first part of the movie. It's like he was more in shock than anything, because even the scene with Frank, when he looks up and he's telling the crow to stop and the blood drops in his eyes, Selena's like, he's infected, like kill him. And he's kind of like, and then Hannah's like, no, that's my dad. And he's kind of still in shock, like, and then that's until the army or whatever they were came and killed him. So I would say, like, and I don't know, I would be in shock too. You waking up, you're the only one, you don't see nobody normal, and you in this room, you see all these beds everywhere. So I feel like he was like in a shock. And then towards the end, like you said, Serge, I was like, dang, man, he really turning into a beast. Like I had to applaud him. I'm like, dang, about time you do something. And so but it was great. And one thing I liked about this film is me watching it started off with like, okay, this is going to be about zombies being infected, you know, affecting the city, you know, potentially the world. And then towards the latter half or the end, it started becoming about the general and his men taking out the zombies, but also trying to get Jim, trying to kill him and trying to keep them hostage. So they kind of started towards the end, put both of them together, and then that's what really made the movie mesh for me.
Well, it was about how it became about how morally corrupt humanity can be.
Mm-hmm. And I thought that was good. I thought that was, and the ending, like that whole ending sequence for me was like, it was great. It was great. Go ahead, Remy. Y'all can chime in. Y'all jump in.
Yeah. No, I think Surge kind of hit it directly on the spot. I think because what I was gonna say was that also in that moment it kind of takes humanity back to our primal origins, where when the situation calls for it, when it's either a life or death situation, sometimes you just gotta go feral,
kill or be killed.
Exactly. And it's just kind of brought us back to that prehistoric world when we were just cavemen fighting off Sabretooth or whatever was coming after us. So it kind of okay.
I don't know about the Sabretooth, bro.
My bad. Listen, I watched an animated show called Primal. You should check it out. Actually, it's really good. It's on Max. And
okay,
that show's really good. And
I think you mentioned it before, actually.
Yeah, it's by the same guy who did was it Dexter's Laboratory and Samurai Jack.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Really freaking good. And it's it takes the premise of cavemen and dinosaurs living together, and it has that whole focus of be or be killed throughout the entire show. But anyway, back to 28 Days Later. But that whole scenario with Jim. What I really like about Jim is despite the world being at its end, or seemingly being at its end, and everything seeming hopeless and just downright terrible, he's still one of those characters that actually still kind of holds on to hope, and he kind of helps Selena see that kind of hope throughout the film.
I enjoy Selena. Selena was dope. She held it down for a little bit.
F you up if you are infected. She didn't even hesitate. The minute she saw the guy's wound open on his arm, she's like, all right, I'll kill you.
Yeah,
that was gnarly, bro. That was
one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah. At first, I thought she just chopped his arm off.
Remy.
I mean, I thought she just smacked his arm.
You got to remember, because Godzilla did charge up, bro.
That is true. Godzilla did charge up, of course. Yeah.
So I enjoyed the fight with Godzilla.
Yeah,
and Kong and Scar King. It was awesome.
Yeah, there wasn't any blood. There wasn't good old kaiju combat. Totally.
I wish we could have got Godzilla and Rodan. That would have been an awesome fight.
I want to see them fight. That seems fun.
Yeah. That would have been awesome in King of the Monsters if we could have got that Michael Dougherty, but
we could have gotten Godzilla, Mothra, and Rodan versus King Ghidorah, the OG. That was great.
Ooh.
We didn't.
That would have been nice. I would have loved to see how powerful that would have made Ghidorah, because that would have been a really good fight.
Yeah. We're good. Michigan.
Yeah, you can say.
I know what to do, man. I got kids.
They saw Ghidorah's head get shot off. And,
I was like,
and then Godzilla versus King Ghidorah and Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have seen it when my daughters, when this one, the oldest one, saw the ending of Godzilla 2014.
Oh, when
the kiss of death. After she had seen the Muto babies, she was like, "But what about the babies?" And I was like,
"The babies are dead."
Babies.
The babies.
I was like, "Blame Ford."
Yeah. How dare you, Ford? How dare you stop a mom and dad from taking over the planet?
I know. Here I was having to explain, yeah, but they were kind of gonna kill everybody, sweetheart. I mean,
yeah, they were like,
kill or be killed, daughter.
Exactly. Welcome to the world, damn it. No rainbows, unicorns for you.
And that's when the podcast got real.
But no, Selena was a really cool character. But honestly, I think my favorite character had to be Frank. I really loved Frank. I think he was that kind of introduction to that kind of softer, kind of hopeful sides in the movie. Yeah. When Frank shows up, the movie kind of takes a more kind of happy, tone to it. Like especially that scene where they're all like shopping at the mall, and you got that moment where like
I was gonna mention that. Yeah,
where he's like looking over like the wine glasses, and Jim's standing over his shoulder, and he's like telling him like,
"Oh, this is a good year."
And they was munching too.
Oh, yeah.
And like I love that though, because like, and plus too, like Frank doesn't have a lot of screen time, but they still managed. Like that's how good I think the writing is in this movie, that they still managed to make me like care about his character. Like,
But it felt like he was on there for, even though he didn't have as much screen time. Like the writing was good, so it felt like he was there.
Yeah,
for a while.
No, yeah, exactly. That's why I really liked it. And like when he like gets infected, it's like that very emotional moment where like he knows he's getting infected, and he just tells Hannah, he's like, you know, I've always loved you. I always loved you, and like he's just telling her to get away from him because you're seeing it. You're like,
that was such like a no kind of moment.
As soon as the light came down his eye, I was like, damn it! I was
he started spazzing. I'm like, dang, that's how you finna get infected. Like he didn't even get bit or nothing. Like he just looked up. I'm like,
I
just started
like,
what a way to go!
It is like,
and it was really cool how they did that when he turned down to his daughter. He was like, he apologized for his temper.
Yeah.
And then she was about to walk away, and then he calls her name again. He's like, Hannah, and she asks him, is he okay? And then he walks up, so he just grabs her. I'm like, dang, that was some good acting. That was a good scene. I enjoyed that.
Just like that, it was just torture for him, because he's just like, I'm about to turn, and she's coming towards me. I need to push her away from her, fight her or something.
He fought it long enough for him to not even attack her.
Yeah.
And that made you like his character like even more.
No,
because he knew.
Yeah. But yeah, Frank to me was my favorite character. I think Jim, had a nice, I think we talked about Jim long enough, but yeah, Jim had a nice like arc going on where like at the very end, he kind of like takes on the persona almost of the infected themselves, with just who he is, killing that one guy, even though that one guy deserved it. So I was happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, kill that man. Everybody else I don't care about. Kill that guy.
Oh, boy. DJ, talk to us, man. What you got for us?
Well, we already talked about, that Jim is Cillian Murphy and everything.
Right.
The general is Christopher Eccleston, who's also a really good actor and has been in quite a few things. He was actually when they relaunched Doctor Who, he was the first Doctor when they relaunched it. And he only did the one season of it, but he was actually like the first season that I saw and really got me interested in watching that series.
Yeah.
And then Frank, I don't remember the actor's name, but he's another really good, well-rounded actor.
Mm-hmm.
So his ability to play Frank the way he did, I think, plays into what you guys are talking about. Like, yeah, he didn't have a lot of screen time, but I really liked him. And that's because he took that character and he owned it.
Yeah. He elevated that character a lot.
Yeah. And because like when we first meet him, he's all geared up and, looks like a foot soldier kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
And, and so you don't know what to expect. And then all of a sudden he's got like this teenage daughter and he's like, yeah, just come on in, chill, let's play some music. It's Christmas kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
And, which is such a stark contrast to the soldier with the shield and just bashing the zombies and everything like 2 minutes ago.
Open the door.
When his character gets infected and everything and how everything went down with him, it just made it that much more of a tragedy and stuff. And yeah, I can't really say much different about Jim. He, like you guys said, he was in shock for most of the movie and stuff. And when him and Celine met up with Frank and his daughter, that was like kind of his first sense of normalcy again. Despite, everything that's going on. Of course, when they meet up with the troops, that starts to go south, and you can sense that he's kind of sensed something was off, but he couldn't put 2 to 2 together until it was too late.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
until women were promised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I promise, man, we got to bring back the human race somehow. Like as soon as you said that, I was like, oh, you got it.
No, Remy.
I was like,
So, but you know what they did with that. You know, there's quite a few other movies that have done similar things. You know, you obviously have like the Mad Max Road Warrior movies. That's an example of like humanity at kind of its like low point. You know, reverting back to tribes and you know just scavenging and stuff like that. You have like the Book of Eli, where you know a guy's just traveling. He's trying to get to you know a certain group to get the Bible rewritten because like all books have been destroyed and nobody knows how to read. And he runs into a town that's you know just filled with people at their worst. They're you know so you see it a lot, and so it. But what makes this one different is the fact that they portray themselves as you know we're trying to keep things normal here, and but then you know you slowly start seeing the rot creeping through, and then you know unfortunately like the truth reveals and it just bam like it just goes down, you know. I mean they basically tell Jim, hey, we're gonna kill you because you don't want to go along with the program that you know we're doing. And the other soldier, like he's like, no, this is wrong, like you know, we're supposed to be better than this. And they're like, well, we're gonna execute you too because you're not going along with it. So you know but I do appreciate that you know that Celine didn't slice his head off before she saw that he wasn't infected.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, Helena, what you about to do? I was gonna be so mad at her. I was like, bruh.
And you know, I liked how they came up with the smaller second 28 days later.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, and they found peace. Like that, you know, you could tell that they're relaxed. You know,
yeah.
They found a quiet area where none of the infected are, and they're able to just kind of live normal life, and obviously trying to get word out that like, hey, we're not all monsters down here.
Hey, come get us. And I will say that scene where I thought Selena was about to cut Jim's head off, Hannah even crashed out on with.
Oh, that made me laugh.
She didn't get the memo.
I'm like, dang. Yeah, like
he's like, no, I was kissing her.
And that was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was a kiss.
Yeah, I knew.
Well, she was high, so
yeah, she was high as a kite.
She was just high that entire ending. She was just like, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
she don't remember.
Yeah. And DJ, you make a good point about them having peace, because one of my favorite scenes in this film is when Remy mentioned they went shopping and then they had like kind of like a little blanket on the grass. That was another peaceful scene. Like they were like, dang, we can eat. Ain't nobody chasing us. Yeah. And like she was, I don't know if those was peaches that Selena had, but she was.
Well, yeah. and then it was like it was a gorgeous scene because the scenery is just it's so green. It's so nice.
Then you had those horses running in the fields that they were looking at too.
It gives you the false sense of serenity.
Yeah,
and I'm like, man, they at peace, and them being at peace, like I'm like, okay, good, and like them being at peace put me at peace. I'm like, okay, I can catch a break because I like so much is happening so fast. It's so cool because I'm telling you, anytime they showed the zombies, it was like action packed. It was action packed anytime they showed the zombies. So I was like, man, I can take me a break. They're getting them a break. They deserve a break. Like I ain't even there and watching them go through what they go through. I'm like, yeah, y'all need to eat a little bit because they haven't, ate or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, even during the breaks, I was like, oh, I know it's gonna end up badly. I've seen them.
Yeah, during the breaks, you were kind of like, wait for it.
Yeah, you're like, wait for it. Everything's gonna go downhill, and of course,
well,
first thing is Frank dying, and you're like, damn it.
I know. I was like, man. I was like I wasn't happy that he died, but that is like one of my favorite scenes because it took like a turn really fast for me. Because like I knew something was about to happen when he kept looking at the crow, but I wasn't sure like what was gonna happen. I just know when I saw the crow initially eating flesh, I'm thinking, okay, it's zombies around, so zombies about to come attack him or chase him. But
Or
when
the crow was going to attack him.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
did cross my mind. Because I couldn't remember.
Because
So
they had that in the Resident Evil movies.
yeah, they did. Yeah, they
Well.
did. That's a good point. They sure did. And so I'm thinking this whole time, I'm like, I'm thinking they about to get attacked and their blood falls in his eye. And then when he started like tripping, I'm like, I'm like, man.
Sucks.
I'm like, yeah, and I liked Frank, man. But sir, I'll come back to you. Talk to us about some of your favorite scenes in this film.
Well, that's one of them in a bad way, because it was like the one scene that was the one scene that made you just go like, you see that little drop of blood falling, and you're just thinking like, no, damn it, like things are going good, like they're on their way to somewhere, so somewhere not where they were before, and then boom, and then as soon as that drop of blood gets in the eye, like you already know what's gonna happen.
And they was loaded with snacks. They had snacks in their truck. Did you see the chips and all that in the back window?
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, they were loaded.
Dude, they were pimping in that vehicle, man. and so that just made it all the more like, oh my gosh. Favorite scenes.
Yeah, it was some intense. It was like I like the one where Jim. I didn't even see that coming. Where he had his fingers in the guy's eyeball. I was like, oh my god.
Man. Well, I don't know if I can say it was one of my favorite scenes, but that was a crazy, scene.
Like I didn't expect that from Jim at all. So it caught me off guard. But I'm like, oh man, I had to applaud him. I was like, dude, he's a madman right now. And I ain't gonna lie, that shot did get me after he came in. I think after he saved Selena, I'm like, dang, he did turn, but I ain't see where it could have happened. But the shot was so awesome. I'm like, man, she finna chop his head clean off. But she didn't, because he got up and ran up on him. Like, oh, I'm like, man.
Well, I think it's like towards the end there, like as soon as that main theme music, like in a house, a heartbeat or whatever it's called.
Yeah, no, you're
Right.
right.
Like as soon as that started coming in, it was kind of like, oh, it's happening. I don't know. It's hard to describe. It's probably like the nostalgia of the song, but it just came in at such a perfect time in the movie towards the end there. It's almost like things are getting better, but are they? Because it's a very like suspenseful kind of theme. It just kind of leaves you hanging. And so that was probably one of my favorites, because that was one part of the movie where I thought like, oh snap, there it is, and I got all excited.
When they was driving the truck and Hannah driving through the gate, I was like, check Hannah, and they just boom and it froze. I was like, oh, they died. Everybody gone.
I thought it ended. I was like, you better not freaking end the movie right there. And then they had the final scene.
Yeah, I know. I was like, no, that's not how it ends.
Jim, you went through all that, Jim. You should have just went ahead and just got infected. And it was crazy how they had the other zombie chained up. I was like, what in the world?
They shoot off the chain, and you're like,
because they knocked him out, right?
Crap.
I'm like, bro, he was going crazy at the end.
Dude, I know, like here Jim is like running from these creatures like the entire movie, and then here he is now like, let's let you loose, bro.
Yeah, let him go. And then Jim got the other guy knocked off. The other guy, he was up under the bed. He had a nice little hiding spot. And Jim came through that door and got out that window, and that zombie came in behind him. He was like, don't you leave me here by myself.
Too late.
Yeah, I got to leave you, bro. I ain't trying to be in here when that go down. Because it was two zombies. The other guy turned as well. So two of them attacked him. So it was a lot of, like, I love the beginning sequence. The beginning sequence was awesome. I enjoyed that. It was another scene where I don't know if it was like a tunnel or something. They were driving the car and those rats.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. I was like, dang, are the rats infected? But then when the zombies started coming, they was having to hurry up and get in the car and get out of there. Yeah. I thought that was cool.
Like that scene. I think any of the scenes where the zombies just kind of start chasing, I don't know what it is, about this movie, but
It
when
made my
the
heart rate
zombies
go up.
start chasing, like it just feels so tense.
Yeah.
It feels
That
so
music don't make
tense.
it no better, man. I'm telling you, the music is
Yeah,
awesome,
the
but it
music
does
comes
not make
in
it
and-
any better.
Yeah, to me, it was the editing because it's just like cut to them, cut to the zombies getting closer, cut to them, cut to the zombies getting closer. You're like, oh god, go, 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 get in the car. That was me. I was like, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car. Like, stop.
Yeah, I'm like, hurry up, y'all, let's go. Like, come on, man, let's go.
Yelling at the screen. I'm like, go, go.
I know, right? You're just like, come on. Let's go faster. Let's go faster.
Exactly.
Like, we got to get out of here, and I know the cars have get up when they need to have get up because that car ain't no fast car, but you best believe.
Yeah, when it did, even the car was like, oh no, we gotta get the hell out of
the
here.
car,
Come on,
nah, we got to get. You're like,
Yeah.
we got to get out of here, and then it was I like the scene where Frank had on. He was dressed almost like a SWAT guy, and he was just fighting the zombies off on the stairwells. That was cool. I'm not gonna lie. When I seen that scene, I'm thinking whoever in that suit about to die. I think those zombies gonna overwhelm them. But even then, that was an intense scene because Selena and Jim gets up to the top floor, and now you got to wait for the door to be unlocked. I'm like, well, I can't take no more of this. I can't. But nah, that was some of my favorites in the film. What about you, Remy?
I think like definitely for me, it had to be like I think that like first scene where Jim goes in the church.
Yeah. That was
By
dope.
those zombies.
When the zombies
Like-
pop up.
Yeah, just those two zombies like turning and looking directly at him. That like sent an entire shiver down my spine. I was like, oh no. And you have like that freaking priest coming out doing like that crosswalk. It's going like
Wasn't like a big sign before he walked up there. I forgot what it said, but I know it said something about repenting or something like that.
I don't know.
Like a big sign.
Well, that priest couldn't repent. I'll tell you that much. That priest was doing.
He sat up like the Undertaker.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Freaking doing the whole like thriller walk towards
Yeah.
him. No. Yeah, that was a good scene. I was also gonna say the subway scene also was also a really good moment in the movie as well. Because like, as soon as I saw the rats running, I was like, oh no, that's the
Yeah.
Because like usually when you have animals running away like that in a herd in like a huge crowd, you know they're running away from something that's much, much worse. Because it reminded me of that scene in Cloverfield when they're walking down the subway. And you have all those rats walking by them, and you're like, what the hell can make those rats like move that fast? And of course, we find it's Cloverfield parasites that are like chasing them. So like that gave me like a hint immediately. I was like, oh, well, the infected are right behind them, aren't they? And you just see like the shadows of the infected like running down the subway. And you're like, nope, get in the car. I'm like Serge. I'm like, go faster. Fix the tire.
Yeah.
Intense moment. Frank's death also, not because like I like the scene, but because like I think the actors did such a good job, and like the music during that moment like really brought up the emotion, just like the sheer just like defeat of it all. Like, no, not Frank. But like, of course, the best I think moment in the whole film is like when that whole finale is just like really, really good in terms of like suspense and tension. With like Jim running around the house trying to evade the zombies. You got the zombie going after the different soldiers, killing them or turning them into zombies, and then you have that penultimate moment where it's Hannah and like, no, what is it? Like they go in the car, but then that general, whatever, that commander's in there also.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
Car, and then she just backs the car up.
Yeah, that was
And he's like,
cool.
what are you doing? All of a sudden, you see the zombie right behind him. And it just punches through the window and grabs him.
And he had that brother chained up.
And she just like freaking.
Wow.
Honestly, even I was like, damn, Hannah, that was cold.
Had that brother chained up all them years.
And she don't even know what she was doing.
Yeah, no, I had a feeling she probably did because she was still upset about her father's death. So she
Yeah,
was
I think she
my
knew.
father.
Yeah, I think she.
Like,
Well, she was high and unhinged.
yeah, she was. I think she just had enough. I think being high and just like being like my
She
father
was cool
died.
too on the couch. She told the guy, "You're gonna be next."
Like a mother for your children. I think, and I'm being chased by zombies like nonstop. I think I've had enough for today, and just kills that guy.
And she probably fatigued. She a little girl. She want to go to sleep.
Exactly. That's why she just rams through the fence.
But it was, man, she knew it was going. She started.
Let's finish this right now.
we're ramming this thing.
Man, what about you, DJ? Talk to us, brother.
You guys covered all the good stuff. So, and I will say, with regards to kind of the ending, I like how it started, where the two soldiers are walking Jim and the other soldier out, to like the graveyard to execute him and stuff, and and there's just this one brief moment that gives Jim the window to escape, and he takes full advantage of it. He goes from like, being in the state of shock to like, I know what I got to do. I'm doing it.
Right.
So, and then we get all the fun of him terrorizing them like Rambo. So,
yeah,
the movie switches up there pretty quick.
He shocked me. He shocked me when he came through at the end. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, because he was making me mad. I was yelling at him. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. You gotta tighten up, man. And then the end, he showed me something. I had to give him some credit. I had to give him a little credit. I ain't like him kissing Selena though. I'm like, dang, bro, like,
yeah.
At least you didn't try and kiss Hannah.
Yeah, I'm like, man.
Oh wow. That'll do it.
All right.
I'm like, man.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that, Donald. You didn't disappoint.
I'm like, no, I'm not going, because I knew it was coming. I'm like, bro, I had to kind of side eye him a little bit,
I was just getting mad because I'm like, stop kissing. This is not the time to kiss.
Well, I'm thinking why they doing that. I saw the door open. I'm thinking, man, I thought I didn't even think Selena was gonna make it, to be honest. I was like, she probably gonna end up being the one to die.
Yeah,
but I mean, she came through, man. So this movie to me was like an emotional roller coaster going up and down. Like you said, sir, when they get quiet, you're still kind of on the edge of your seat because you don't know what's going to happen, but you already knew when you heard music playing in any chase scene, it was going down. Like it wasn't no way around that. So
this movie made such good use of music.
Yeah. It did. I was really impressed with the music, and I wanted to make sure I mentioned that on the stream tonight. I'm like, this music is like, it was points where I didn't want it to end. I'm like, no, keep playing, and make it more longer and intense.
And then also too, I know I've told you guys, but for everybody else out there, is that the last theme, we'll get the actual name eventually, right? Heartbeat in a House. It actually inspired music that I got to write for an independent movie that was in the making, and this was that theme was a huge inspiration for that, and so watching it again, I was like, wow, this is awesome. Made me want to listen to my own song again.
No, it was dope, man. Serge, before, because Remy got some trivia that he wants to play with us. So out of 5 stars, how would you rate this film?
Oof, I give it a 5, man.
What about you, Remy?
I think I would also give it I think I might give it a 5 too. Also, I think this is definitely one of the better zombie movies I've seen. And I don't like zombies that much, but I think the fact that this movie made me not only like them, but also made me terrified of zombies in the film. I think it's a testament to how good it is. To me, my number one favorite zombie movie will always be Train to Busan. I think that movie is just phenomenal.
I need to watch that, Remy. You need to send it. I can just watch it.
It's on Netflix. You can watch it on Netflix.
Okay, send me the name of it. I'll check it out.
Yeah, no, I'll send it in the group chat. But yeah, no, Train to Busan, I think is just phenomenal. But this one is definitely a close second for me.
What about you, DJ? Out of 5 stars, how would you rate the film?
3.5, 4.
Yeah, I give it a 4.
I enjoyed it, but not my favorite of movies or anything. But it was enjoyable.
Only reason I give it a 4 because it had a little gap where I was like, nothing's happening. I'm like, that's it.
That was character development.
but other than that, man, I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. It's something I'll watch again, though. It's something I'll definitely watch again. So, Remy, You can take it from here, brother. We got some trivia that we're about to play with. Remy.
All right. So I talked to Donald about this last week, but
You didn't?
Okay, never mind.
Wow.
No, I'm just playing, Remy.
See, this man comes up with everything.
Remy hijacks the podcast.
Okay.
Like always.
That's me. Yeah, I'm talking about that's me like almost every time.
Fired.
Damn. All right. But like, yeah. But I talked to Donald about this, so I decided like, it'd be fun to do like a little like little Halloween horror movie quiz just to like close off Spooktober. So I have come up with 8 different questions that are all like multiple choice. So since we're like an even number of 4, we'll split it up. So each of you guys will just be on your own teams, and so like whoever gets the answers, the correct answers the most, wins the game.
All right, cool.
All right, so we'll start off with the first question. So, what was the original ending planned for 28 Days Later? A. Jim dies from the gunshot wound. B. Jim turns into a zombie. C. Selena turns into a zombie. Or D. All of them die in the car crash at the very end of the film.
I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say B.
B. All right. B for Donald.
I'm gonna say D.
D. All right.
I'm gonna go with A.
All right. And the correct answer is A. Jim was originally going to die from the gunshot wound, but because
Wow.
Good job, Serge. Good job, brother.
they shoot the ending and have that ending where they live peacefully and they're spotted by the plane. So that wasn't the original ending. The original ending was Jim dying from the gunshot wound. But
Hey, good question, Remy. I like that, brother. Good. Good.
it's funny. I just came up with it just now before we started this.
Hey, you showing the brilliance, man.
It was originally a Jaws question, but I was like, actually, no, this would be better. Because Jaws also had another ending besides the shark blowing up. But all right, second question. What was the first ever werewolf movie? A. An American Werewolf in London. B. The Wolfman, 1941. C. Werewolf of London. Or D. Bad Moon.
Oh, that's B. That's B for sure. 1941. That's B. That's B.
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna go with B.
Yeah, it's B.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, DJ? What do you go?
DJ.
DJ.
Don't be looking around.
Jeez.
I don't think I've ever heard of Bad Moon, so
I've heard of Bad Moon,
It's a really good movie.
but I don't know.
I'll go with B as well.
B. All right. The correct answer is C. Werewolf of London. Yeah. Look it up. Werewolf of London actually.
Man, it gotta be trash if I don't know about it.
Actually, there's even a movie that predates Werewolf of London. I forgot to put it on the thing, but it was called Just the Werewolf. That came out in 1918. But it is lost.
What the hell kind of title is that?
I don't know. But it was lost in a fire, so it's basically become a lost film now. But yeah, no, that predates.
That's like Metropolis.
All right, so nobody got that answer right. The only one who did get an answer right is Serge. So Serge's in the lead. Come on, Donald. Come on, DJ. Pick up the pace, man.
I'm sorry, Remy. I apologize.
You're all failing. Not kidding. All right, anyway, number 3. In Destroy All Monsters, when the kaiju start attacking all over the world, Gorosaurus was not supposed to be the one destroying Paris. Which monster was originally considered for that role? A. Varan. B. Anguirus. C. Humunga. Or D. Baragon.
D.
D.
D. All right.
Yeah, Baragon.
D. All right, then. The correct answer is D. Baragon.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Original-
they couldn't do it because the costume was messed up.
Yep, that's the reason why. Good job.
Is there footage of that?
No, there's
Or it
behind.
never happened?
I think there's behind the scenes like photos of it, but they.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, but they changed it to Gorosaurus because what DJ said, the suit was like in very poor condition.
Well, they were like, "Oh, Baragon's just gonna get his ass kicked by, whatever city he goes into."
That's why he was just kind of sitting on the ledge at the end.
Yeah, poor guy.
He can't handle that pressure.
He can hang.
We done?
It's the only way he could survive a movie.
All right, I'm gonna. All right, quiz is over. We're done. Serge won. All right, Serge is still. All right, Serge is still in the lead, but DJ and Donald are right behind you, Serge. We'll see how this
It was very surprising, actually.
Very surprising. All right, number 4. How many Friday the 13th movies are there? Number A, 9. B, 13. C, 15. Or D, 12?
12. D.
D? All right.
Yeah.
I was going for D.
I'm gonna go with. I don't know. Not 9. I guess 8.
9?
I don't know.
All right, so that's A. So Serge is going with A. Donald's going with D. What about you, DJ? I'm looking it up.
I'm not looking it up. I'm just
Looking around.
thinking of the titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say D12 as well. I don't think they hit 13.
Hey, it's tie game, baby.
All right, then. The answer is D. No movies in the series.
Yeah.
No, I have feelings. No, sorry, just all right.
That's out of my league, bro.
No, I know.
I'm just trying to hang.
I'm like, I doubt Serge has seen.
Man, he's just laughing at you, Serge. Don't take that.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll get you.
Oh, calm down.
Yeah, because last one was a remake.
What?
Last one was a remake.
Yeah, the 2009 one. There hasn't been one since. I know they keep talking about making another one, but I think it's the rights issue. I think they have with it.
Yeah.
All right, then. So I believe DJ and Donald are in the lead. Serge is a little bit behind.
No, we tied. We all tied.
We're tied, bro. Wow.
I'll tell you.
I see how it is.
Oh, that's all right. Don and I are in the lead now.
I can, with my bachelor's degree, I can at least say that we're tied.
We're tied? Okay, cool. Yeah. Never mind.
No, Don and I are in the lead. You said it.
I'm more with that, DJ. It's 3-2.
User error.
Sorry. Remy Mac is like trying. It's like,
bro, you're in college.
We almost done. We about to get you out of here.
I know, right? My mom said the same thing. She's like, "What am I paying for college for? You can't even forget."
Wow.
I'm like, "Wow, mom, thanks." The love it. All right. Anyway, number 5. Who was responsible for the effects in Pumpkinhead? A. Rick Baker. B. Stan Winston. C. Chris Wallace. Or D. Tom Savini.
Remy, I'm gonna go with A, brother.
A. All right.
Yes, sir.
I'll say B because that's the only name I recognize.
All right.
I'm gonna go with C just because I like that guy's name.
All right, then. All right. The correct answer is B. Stan Winston.
Yeah, there you go.
DJ.
Hey.
Now you're in the lead.
Yeah.
In the lead, DJ. All right. Number 6. What is considered to be the scariest movie of all time? A. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. B. The Exorcist. C. Alien. Or D. All of the above.
B.
What about you,
Donald?
I'm gonna say A.
A. All right, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okay, the correct answer is D. All of the above.
I should have just copied that.
Everybody has their own, everybody has their own opinions and stuff like that. Like, there's like a whole like list and whatever that people have on the internet.
Oh,
like,
so it's debatable. Okay.
Yeah, they're like, no, this is the scariest movie. No, this is like exactly. So it's just like, all of the above. They can be considered scariest movie. And
I just know that like B really screwed with a lot of people's heads.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As well as the cast.
Yeah, I still will never watch The Exorcist. I'm not watching that movie ever.
I've watched it at least once, but Because I remember it's like probably the only scary movie, like horror movie my dad talked to me about. And I remember him saying like it freaked him the heck out.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
The spirit.
Yeah.
I'm good.
It's that scary. I won't watch it again.
We call on Jesus in this house.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. All right, number 7.
Funny take on it. Watch Repossessed.
Oh, okay. I would prefer that. I would prefer to watch a funny version of it instead of
Have you ever seen it, Serge?
the actual horror version.
No.
You've never seen Repossessed? You guys should check it out.
Now I'm going to look at it.
It has Linda Blair back in it.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's go.
All right, number 7. Which is considered to be Stephen King's longest book? A. It. B. Pet Sematary. C. The Stand. Or D. Salem's Lot.
See.
C. All right.
I don't know much about his books. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just say A.
A. It. All right.
I just know that's a long movie.
I'm just gonna go with Pet Sematary because I know Pet Sematary.
All right. The correct answer is C. The Stand is considered to be his longest book.
Good job, DJ. Good job, brother.
There it is.
It's freaking. Just look up images of how long that book is. It's ridiculous. I'm not reading that. I got too much time on my hands. I'm not doing that. All right. Last question. Number 8. At the beginning of the original Halloween, Michael Myers kills his older sister. What was her name? A. Sally. B. Judith. C. Hannah. Or D. Mary.
I want to say it's A or C because I literally just watched this.
I'm gonna say B.
That'd be for DJ.
I'm gonna go with A.
I'm gonna say A.
A. You guys are both going with Sally?
No, I'm gonna go with C.
C. All right. So I was going with Hannah. DJ's going with Judith. And what's your final choice, Serge?
Said A.
I said A. Okay.
So
I don't know if you're changing it at all.
I got the choke slam you.
I didn't know you were changing it. I thought you were still thinking. You were like,
No, I don't know. So I just going with A.
Okay, then. All right, then. So there's the final question. And the correct answer for number 8 is B, Judith. His sister's
Man,
name is Judith.
DJ, you rolling, boy?
So DJ.
I remember a lot of weird stuff about movies. I don't remember how I remember the stuff, but
That's
I
why
remember.
I have to make these questions like difficult or like trying to make it difficult because I'm like, DJ's probably gonna know like half of this.
Yeah, for the topic of discussion tonight and the month it is, I was like, I don't have high hopes for myself for this.
Yeah. If it was just like a regular Godzilla quiz, I feel like it would have been like, oh, I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I was actually considered putting a trivia question for Godzilla versus Biollante, but I feel like if I did, you would have been like, oh, I know that one. I don't have been like, no.
Yeah, that's not safe.
Yeah.
Really,
the one I
that
was
was
like
some
putting
good
down
questions,
a question about like the contest Toho held about the story treatments they did for Godzilla versus Biollante, or that one that got submitted.
Oh yeah.
Well, the one that was chosen was by that dentist.
Uh-huh.
No, that was that was some great questions. DJ is the winner.
Congratulations, DJ, you did it.
Congratulations, Remy owes you $100.
Good job.
Hey.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
You didn't say anything, bro.
Watched us and got to participate with us tonight. Those who's going to go back and watch this stream, we greatly appreciate you. We thank you a lot. Tonight's review was great. Serge, you picked a great movie, brother. This was our last movie for Spooktober. Thanks to our guy Remy, and we'll see y'all for next Spooktober. But we'll still be back next week. But we'll just 28 weeks later it'll be the first movie for Spooktober. So y'all remember that. And if we can't remember, we can always go back to this stream because we got proof. So we'll continue on. But anyway, I am Donald.
I'm Remy.
I'm DJ.
Serge.
And we are the Sci-Fi Nerds. And y'all have a wonderful night. Peace.
These are the eyes of a psychopath.
You know, it was a crazy ass movie.
What?
Well, wasn't it? I don't know. Like it was a few months ago. Like